A very good evening, Zimbabwe. Masquerade say. And this evening, we want to take a look on a very important matter, a very important issue here, which has been leaked and has been posted on social media. The good part of it is that there are documents which are supporting this whole issue, and that is what is key. That is what is very important. So Majera Jairos said here, um, short thread from a self-proclaimed deceased intelligence supremo, and I went on to say, number one, what they call the National Security Department, NSD, comprises of MID, CIOs, and PC. These have been warning ZANU PF of a pending bitter defeat come 2023 elections. They recommended delaying elections. So MID, we are talking about the military intelligence, we have the central intelligence, we have the police intelligence. All these three, they make up the NSD, and that is the explanation here. You went on to say the NSD also has warned as an PF official that CC Zimbabwe has penetrated the rural constituencies and recommended violence to be perpetrated against the rural electorate. Hence, the violence in Morewa, in which elderly people were savagely beaten up. So this is the first part of this document, which is here. And if you take a look on the highlighted parts, um, it says that, however, it is disturbing to note that during the latter part of 2022, the ruling party ZANU-PF lost two of its local government wards to CCC in Bulilima, owing to complacency, apathy, and poor coordination among its party functionaries in the affected wards. The NSD also noted intra-party differences among its members arising from internal elections. Such differences eventually become antagonistic to the extent of negatively affecting election results, as losers at primary elections influence their supporters against the voting during the real plebiscite. This state of affairs is existing in most provinces and needs to be attended to as soon as possible to avoid unnecessary loss of votes due to internal party feuds. During the 5 years under review, the main opposition political party continued with their regime change agenda, with the major highlight being the rebranding of MDC Alliance to Citizens Coalition for Change. In their quest to upset the ruling party, ZANU PF party support base, the opposition, working with their Western handlers, have employed hybrid warfare ranging from political, economic, and social cyber threats. This has seen the opposition political party penetrating ZANU PF strongholds, particularly rural constituencies. So there are in agreement that indeed rural constituencies have been infiltrated by Citizens Coalition for Change. They are in agreement that the Mango strategy is actually working. So the military junta is now recognizing Citizens Coalition for Change as the main opposition party, and they are worried because of its momentum, and they have ordered an immediate solution to its internal party feuds, which were triggered by the endorsement of Mnangagwa as the presidential candidate. So that is where the problem lies. KuZANU PF kune slogan iri kufamba yekuti injini yakafa munoidi. That slogan iyoyoyo yafamba kwakasiyana-siyana within ZANU PF. If you go in various rural areas, vari kutaura kuti you cannot change tires on a bus with a dead engine. You have to fix the engine first. That is what a lot of people are actually saying, which means they are in agreement that their candidate is not fit to lead them during the upcoming election. So you would see ZANU PF is put a strategy where they have a creation of local content or on internet. That is the first issue. They want as many platforms as possible to make sure that they create a lot of content. They have what they call creation of a private telecommunication network, and this private telecommunication network will be responsible for communicating things through mama SMS amakaona ayaya. That was a trial yaitoitwa ipo paya kuti does it work in each and every constituency? Are we going to have people receiving these messages? Are we going to have people actually taking heed of the message? Which means kumamisha zvazvinoita ndezvekuti they have phone numbers evanhu vese. You can be told on the eve of the election kuti pauri kunovhotera tiri kupaziva uye tichakurova stereki. What it means is vanhu vakutoenda kunovhota vachitya, some will not vote, some will simply go and vote pasiripo. So they've created ZANU PF mobile apps and chatbots, which means these applications are going to be put in place and used widely to make sure that they deal with this situation. They have some of the things which are bulk SMS outreaches. They have content creation for television and radio, my films, my documentaries, my jingles and songs. We've seen a lot of songs being aired on radio and on television, and they are actually doing it. There is an issue of propaganda desk, which will be running or on behalf of the Department of Information and Publicity, and that is key. We have seen a lot of propagandists scrambling to actually fill in that role with some renowned journalists being given tasks to perform such duties in terms of running propaganda. So they say that the NSD notes that as the nation prepares for 2023 harmonized elections, there could be an increase in violent activities as the opposition resuscitated their democratic resistance committees, DRCs, as witnessed in Nyatsime. So they take the Nyatsime incidents as the resuscitation of my democratic resistance committees, where the opposition tries by all means to defend itself and to defend its own people. And they are actually saying that when Advocate Nelson Chamisa says Faka pressure, he's inciting violence, something which is wrong, something which is false, because pressure rekunze Faka, this is just a political word which is being used, or a political term which is being used kuti ngatirambe takadzvanya in terms of mobilizing, in terms of fighting for change, which does not translate to violence, but they've chosen to use it likewise. So you'd see kuti this document, it does have a lot of issues, a lot of concerns, where they are actually fingering NGOs like Vana ZESNI, Vana ERC. That is the reason why they are trying by all means to make sure that they use the new law to stop PVOs, so that they are able to control everybody and anybody. So they've also announced the issue to do with foreign observers, that they won't be able to come. Ukazvitarisa izvozvozvo, you'll see kuti without foreign observers, without the NGOs, it means the opposition will be exposed and will be on its own in the rural areas. And this is going to be very, very, very chaotic. So they went on to talk about the Lawyers Association. There is an affiliate of ZANU PF, which is called Zimbabwe Lawyers Forum. And this has been registered, it has been submitted, and it has been approved. And these lawyers are believed to be affiliated to the ruling party. And the idea is, if if a crime is pinned on you and you run to these lawyers, they will offer you services, but they will make sure that they do a shoddy job, so that you get convicted and you get jailed at all cost. So if you take a look on these issues, there is an example where the High Court made a judgment of the recall of Honorable Tendai Biti. They said that the recall was illegal, but these lawyers, they started working with the Minister of Justice to make sure that they reverse this judgment. The judgment was reserved so that it won't be in effect. And this is just a way of trying to frustrate the people. So that is the reason why you saw Citizens Coalition for Change finally taking a stand, making sure that they contest for those seats dzaiva dzakanganiswa ku-PDP. So you would see kuti zvinhu zviri kuitika muZimbabwe, and we are heading towards elections. These are the issues of concern. These are the issues which we need to actually deal with. ZANU PF is planning day and night. They are working daily, making sure that they retain the governance of this country, but they don't have any other plan for development. They are trying to scheme some shenanigans only, but havana plan background kuti voita sei neissue yedevelopment, voita sei neissue yekuti vavake economy yeZimbabwe. So Team Zimbabwe, we are providing these issues so that we know the kind of people we are dealing with, so that iwewe as an individual, you put all effort to make sure kuti vanhu vari kuenda kunovhota on the final voting day, they are not going to play. They are going to vote for change, because ukaona vanhu vachitya kudai, so they know very well that the situation is no longer good for them, so they want to try by all means to tilt the scale. So let us press on. Let us make sure that this election patinongoenda kunovhota, we vote these people out, because these documents it shows that indeed they are afraid, indeed they are in panic, and you see a lot of arrests, you see a lot of abductions, a lot of murders. They will happen, but there is nothing we can do, because I can survive murder from these politicians, but I will die through an accident because of bad roads. I can survive, but I will die because of cancer. So there is no logic behind fearing to die. That is what I believe in. So we really need to actually have that vision or that view as citizens, so that when we are dealing with these matters, we deal with these matters without fear, without favor, or any compromise. This election is a game changer to the people of Zimbabwe. We don't need to miss this election. We have to win this election, right from council, parliament, as well as presidency. We have to win. So, Team Zimbabwe, this is it. ZANU PF is scheming each and every day. Let us continue to put pressure on our parents, on our relatives, to actually vote for change.